This is your Digital Marketing Toolkit.
Hi and welcome back to your Digital Marketing Toolkit, the show that brings the experts to you with practical tips and tools to help you grow your business online. I'm Ben Amos from Engage Video Marketing and we're back in the vlog pod today with Yvette Adams from Creative Collective. Welcome back, Yvette.
Thank you, hello.
And Yvette's, this is our third episode on Facebook advertising for small businesses. And Yvette's been sharing with us over the last two episodes some really valuable information for small businesses about what we should be doing with Facebook advertising and what we should not be doing. And today we're going to dive a bit deeper into audiences, which are the people who actually get to see our ads. So Yvette, tell us a bit more about audiences and what we do with audiences online.
So in the last episode, we talked about the importance of getting the pixel on your website, which is the first point. So make sure you watch that if you haven't already. But once you've done that, there's even more you can do with audiences on Facebook and in the Facebook Business Manager we spoke about in episode 1. So the first tip I've got for you is you can actually take your database and upload it to Facebook. A lot of people are like, really? How does that work? And how do you do it and why should I do it? Well, you can take a pure list of emails or a pure list of phone numbers. So I don't need your name or address or anything like that. If you just gave me a list of phone numbers, I could upload that to Facebook and then I could tell you all about your audience. And it's a really worthwhile exercise because a lot of people say, my target market's this, these are the type of clients I'm seeking. But they actually don't understand who they've been engaging with. No one's done that data analysis for them or they haven't known the tools to use. So yeah, by doing that, sometimes they're quite surprised and intrigued at what I discover for them and throw back at them.
So those email lists that most of us in business have of some sort, whatever size, that we're sending our, say, monthly newsletter to, we can use that and we can now target our ads on Facebook to those same people.
Yeah, so it could be your database, it could be maybe out of Xero or your accounting system of people who've actually, utilised your services and paid for services or that you've quoted. It could be people in your CRM, people that have inquired but haven't yet activated. So most people are sitting on quite a few databases. But I should touch on, a lot of people go, okay, I've got a database, but can I upload it? My answer to that would be, it depends how you acquired it. So if people have opted in for something, make sure you disclose now, not just this is for my database, it could be for any marketing, and then I think you're pretty safe. However, this is kind of new frontier marketing stuff, and there hasn't been any landmark cases that I'm aware of, and I'm certainly not a lawyer, so I would check just to make sure, particularly if you're in a high risk kind of industry that could get stung for that. But most of us need to be sensitive about data anyway.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I've got, let's say, 1,000 email addresses in my acquired in the right way. So I've got 1,000. That means I've got an instant audience of 1,000 people to send ads to, yeah?
Not necessarily. So let's say we take your list of 1,000. It depends how many of them use that unique email to log into Facebook. So if you use, say you've got your Hotmail on a list, but you use Yahoo to log into Facebook, the two aren't going to meet, so that won't count. So it's always interesting to us when a client gives us a database, how many actually make it onto Facebook as being people we can market to. From experience, we uploaded a list of about 5,000 recently for a swim school, and there were a lot of parents on that list. Now, 80% of them were on there, so we got a good kind of strike rate. We've had other lists where we've uploaded maybe 2,000 names and only got 500 out of it because they had a lot of government addresses and things, but they didn't use those to log into Facebook. So it's going to only let you get the ones where the email or the phone number is associated with their ID on Facebook.
Yeah, okay, cool. So whatever percentage of those email addresses is actually their Facebook associated email address, that's your audience you end up with.
That's right.
Now, I remember last episode you talked about something called lookalike audiences. Does that come into play here as well? Or?
Yeah, it does. So let's say you do upload and then let's say you do get a fair few names. It's probably worth also saying before we get into lookalikes that you can't do a whole lot unless you actually get 1,000 names. So if you only end up with 500, these strategies aren't going to work for you. But know that they're there, keep building your list and maybe look to do them once you can get over 1,000 actually on Facebook. Right, so once you've done that, then you can analyse who is on there and that can give you some amazing insights. But to talk of lookalike audiences, you can say, okay, Facebook, if my database is these types of people, and it's going to fully analyse them and tell you bunches of stuff you didn't know, find me more people like them, and so it casts the net wider. And so you can say, go out there by 1%, and that might be like 100,000, or go out there by 2%, and that might be 400,000 and so on. And you can create those kinds of lists as well. So it just depends how big a catchment you want to target, and that will depend on what you're promoting and who to, I guess.
So this is all obviously really powerful stuff, and if we get maybe some help to help us set this up as well. But you mentioned right at the beginning of this series that there's a lot better things we can do than just boosting posts. Can you kind of just sum up for me, like if we're using custom audiences, we're using lookalike audiences, we're setting up the pixel, like we talked about in episode 2, how is that better than clicking boost?
Well, by clicking boost, you're really only making sure that people who already like your page have more of a chance of seeing it. Now, you might have a bunch of people who like your page, but they're never going to engage your services. So these strategies like getting pixels on your website and being able to market to people who are already interested in your website and they're stomping all over it, that's more powerful than just a like. And also people who are already on your database or on your account system or on your CRM are quite likely also more engaged than people who just like your page. So you've got to think in terms of sales funnels and getting them through those processes and marketing to them in different ways. So you should be able to see now then just, boosting a post with a message to people who like your page is less powerful than doing an ad to someone who's been on your website, is on your database or whatever, because you're going to be more targeted with the message you give them as well.
Yeah, cool. Look, I think that's really, really valuable for us small business owners, and appreciate you sharing your information with us. But there is one more episode next week, and we're going to ask Yvette about how we actually take all this information that we've gathered over the last 3 episodes and set up our first Facebook campaign. What should we be looking out for? So make sure you subscribe for that next episode. And if you want more information or some resources about this series, then go to vlogpod.com.au/DMT and you can download a whole bunch more information as well. So until next time, I'm Ben from Engage Video Marketing, and I'll see you for episode 4.